Hi, welcome to the Quilt Report. Well, I have a lot of time to think when I'm walking to work. I don't always walk to work, but very often I do. Today I walked up Sanchez Street, which if you're from San Francisco, you know it goes quite up a steep hill. And I love to do that, get my heart pumping first thing in the morning. And on the way, I see all kinds of fun little architectural details, a little bit of statuary and things. I see fun stuff. I get to have a nice view of the city at different spots, and it's a nice walk. And I did that. And once I got to work, I had to teach a class on two-color quilts. I borrowed some really nice blue and white and red and white quilts from my friend Julie Silber. And I ran into him, I was looking through my own quilts, this one that I had made about 20 years ago. Exactly 20 years ago. And I made it for the musical I used to do called Joe the Quilter. This was Joe's first quilt. And I have that quilted in here, Joe Headley's first quilt. That was Joe the Quilter, the original's name. What I was thinking was, you know, today when I work freehand and I'm trying to do freehand cutting and sewing, and I talk about how it's based on historical quilts, but the difference between what I'm doing now and the historical quilts, it looks like a long distance away. It's hard to put it together. But this is where I started. I started because I realized that some of the old quilts that I used to see, and that I still see sometimes, were made with apparently the worst templates of all time. Terrible templates, or else they were made freehand. They used scissors and just cut things out without a template sometimes. I think that happened. But whether it did or not, I realized that I could do that. I could just cut and sew freely and create an effect that would be both classical. This is a classical design. It's called Tree Everlasting, but the normal Tree Everlasting is these two rows of standard triangles, and mine here, which is a bar with freely cut and sewn triangles on both sides. This was my first step away from the classical style that I've been working in and towards where I would go in the future. This quilt right here helped me see, well, yes, you can just cut and sew freehand. There's little problems. It's a funny dimension. It gets wider at one side, skinnier at the other side. But so what, you know? Who's measuring? And so what if it does? And that's what I've been thinking about, that it's easier to see how I started down this road towards all freehand stuff when you see step one. You know? Now I'm going to take step 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and walk back home the other way. Thanks for stopping by. Talk to you soon.